Hey, and welcome back. This is Live at 4 with Sean, and we are talking leadership and leadership development. We're talking all about leadership. We're talking about your leadership. You are the leader. It doesn't matter where you are right now, in whatever stage and whatever phase of life, you're the leader. If you're starting something, if you're ending something, if you are maintaining something, if you want to grow something, if you want to just be you, you need to be a leader. If you want to be a real you, you need to be a leader. And leadership matters. Your leadership does matter. So you're in the no fluff, results only zone. So welcome, and we are talking today about, do you want to be successful in your new role or in your new job? This can be a very uncomfortable time. You know, you've sort of gone through the process, you've sold yourself, you've conveyed a great brand, and hopefully, you know, you understand your brand, you're able to communicate that brand. But what happens now? Success at this stage in time is very important. Your first 90 to 100 days is critical. They say something like 28% of new executives don't make it, don't make it in their first 100 days and don't get through the first 6 months. So it's important that you establish yourself early as a leader. But that doesn't mean to say you come and take over, that you push in. A lot of people many times are not aware of what's going on around them. And they just see one way of doing things and imposing themselves to get results. But that's not the way results happen. So, you know, do you want to make a good impression? Do you want to bring the team along with you? You know, so whatever role you're fitting in, and specifically I'm talking about a career role or a career job. So your environment is very important, and you're going to be stepping into something. You've got to get out of the rut of the normal thinking and be an influencer, begin to create a good impression and lay a foundation for results. So whatever level you're working at, you know, this is the way to do it. Now, this is not the only way. This is not all there is to do, but I'd like to mention a few points that I think are very important that you need to be cognizant of. Number one is clarify early what is success. Clarify success. What is success in this job role? Sometimes we take on a role and we haven't clarified what it means to be successful. And with that, of course, hand in hand goes the fact that we don't know what the expectations are. Are there expectations? What are the expectations? Sure, there's expectations. Sometimes it's read, sometimes it's not read. Sometimes it's said and sometimes it's not said. You need to clarify what the expectations are so you can clarify the success. What is expected of you and what do they see as success? So what is the success of the role? What is the success that your boss or your upline manager or your organization expects for that role? And then what do you define as success? So you need to find the sweet spot of those three things and say, okay, this is what I'm aiming for. So you are clear on what you have to do. And then from there, you can develop some strategy and tactics. Secondly, you need to understand the culture. Every organization, again, has culture. And to understand the culture, you've got to know what are the values. One day I sat with a young manager of a very, very long, an international organization, and because everybody seemed to be working their own culture in this organization, I asked him, what are the values of your company, of your organization? And he said, what is that? He didn't even know what they were. So how does a manager, how do you work with the culture of an organization if you don't understand the values of what is important to that organization? So it's important that you understand what are their values and what are not the values. So what do they stand for and what don't they stand for? Very important, because then within that context, you need to then begin to see, how do I adapt to what's going on around me? Because, I've seen high-powered leaders walk into a situation and just trample on the culture. And what is going to happen is you're going to disengage everybody around you. They are going to maybe even actively disengage from any initiatives that you present, simply because you have not been respectful of their environment that they are in right now. Then another important point right here is that you need to understand the difference between stated values and actual values that are being carried out. So look for that, dig a little deeper, ask questions, understand what is important from top down and bottom up and sideways, so that you can adapt and work with that. It doesn't mean to say that you're not living who you are. You have to be authentic to you. However, you have to be very cognizant. Hello from Clarity. So you have to be very cognizant. Clarence is a beautiful place, by the way. And we went to visit there once, and I just loved it. I could go and live there forever. It's just such a cool place. So anyway, you distract me, Janine. It's so cool. So you need to, not have to, change who you are, but you have to be sensitive to what's going on. And as I say, I've seen guys walk in and just not be sensitive to the culture, and dig a little deeper. As I say, also ask what is really important here and what's not important. Very important to understand. Number 3 is create your own development plan. Hey, sometimes new roles, new processes, new environment is going to challenge you. Sometimes it can be a little bit of hell as you begin to wrestle your way through, but search for new ways. Stay on top of everything. The one thing you need to do is get ready, always for the next level. It's very important that you have a development plan as a leader or in a career. It's just, don't float. Don't just sit back and be passive. Get a vision and begin to move forward. Get a vision for your life. Get a vision. That's why I always say, if you don't lead you, something or someone else will. You've got to lead you. You've got to stay moving forward and ahead of the crowd. If you are just doing what everybody else does, and you're content to stay like everybody else, and just, that's where you're going to stay for the rest of your life, and you're going to end up at the end of your life unhappy with where you stayed. Don't be a zombie. Keep moving, keep growing, keep advancing. Get ready for the next stage. I'm telling you, there's so much more to your life and your potential and to your mission than just staying where you are. Keep moving, keep growing, keep developing. But that takes a plan. Don't just do this ad hoc. Know what you want to achieve, what you're working on, and where you are going. It's very important to have a plan. Another one is, I think this is quite also very important, is building your power base within the organization. Find out who the key players are and build that power base, build that network with them, and begin to align with the key players. See where they are, what's important to them, what is success, and begin to align with them, because that can keep you moving as well and immediately boost your career, boost your influence within the context of your new role. So I encourage you on these couple of points, very important. Get yourself adapted to it. Even if you're stepping into whatever role you're stepping into, you can adapt this to whatever role you're stepping into, even an entrepreneurial kind of situation. You need to know these things that will really help you establish a good foundation for high performance and for getting results. No fluff, just results, just good results. Well, it's great being with you again, and stay strong. You are the leader. You've been in the zone, the no fluff, results only zone. We'll see you tomorrow at 4.